Alright guys, what's up? So this Stacyc 12e my son has had for about 18 months. He's rode it pretty hard for a year. Started to develop a clicking noise. Sometimes the rear wheel would bind up and blow the fuse. At first I thought maybe it's the gearbox, but after looking at it, it looks like the chain's just gotten a little too loose. I hadn't tightened it over the year because I heard there were more problems on these with the chains being too tight than with the chains being too loose. But it appears the chain is just too loose and is binding up in there at times. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten it up and lube it and stuff. I'm gonna show you real quick how to tighten it on the Stacyc. So you're gonna need two 15mm wrenches or two crescent wrenches. That's how we're gonna loosen up the axle. You're gonna put one on this side, you can put one on the other side, and they're both nuts. Doesn't matter which one you turn. They can be pretty tight, so it can help to have someone to hold the bike without a doubt. Okay, got this other side loosened. Okay, that's both sides loose. Keep them just finger tight. And now we're going to need an 8mm deep well of some sort. I've got this T-handle right here. And we're going to turn it righty-tighty. And that's going to pull the bolt, which is attached to the axle, making the wheel pull back. And as you do that, you should see the chain tighten. Now, obviously, on a real motorcycle, you definitely don't want to get the chain too tight because you have a shock and the action. That's a little too tight, but the action of the shock on a real motorcycle and the swing arm moving, you need more free play than you do on a fixed, like, swing arm setup, like a bicycle. So I'm just looking back in there. It's definitely tighter. I don't think it's going to get caught on anything now. All right, guys, and once you get it adjusted to where you want, and you can feel, it doesn't need to be banjo tight because that can wear out your gearbox prematurely. But you want it tight enough to where it's not binding. Mine was so loose that whenever the sprocket would come around, it would start to come off the sprocket and get caught between the plastic and the sprocket. And I think that's the popping and clicking I was hearing. So hopefully this should solve that. While I had this stuff off the front of it anyway to take a look at things, and while I had that off, I'm just going to go ahead and use the opportunity to really get some lube on it. And yeah, then we'll put it back together and see what the popping and clicking does. Okay guys, seems like that was our problem. Put it back together, put the battery on it, hit the throttle. No more clicking, sounds smooth as can be. So I would just tell you, before you go thinking something's broke or tearing stuff apart, if you're blowing a fuse, if you're getting any clicking, if you're getting any binding, just snug up that chain, should be good to go. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.